Hello everybody! If you want to read all the story's content in full, please go to www.steveuk.blog. Thank you. Short Story 767, IELTS Here I Come, Intermediate. When Maria decided to take the IELTS test, she did not make the decision lightly. She needed a high score to apply for a master's degree in environmental science in the UK. Without IELTS, her dream would remain only a dream. At first, she felt confident. She had studied English for many years at school. She could read articles and understand films without subtitles, but when she looked at a practice IELTS test online, her confidence disappeared. The reading texts were long and complex. The listening section moved quickly. The writing task required clear structure and strong arguments. The speaking test looked especially frightening. She imagined sitting in front of an examiner who would judge every word she said. For one evening, Maria felt overwhelmed. She thought, maybe I'm not ready. Maybe my English is not good enough. But the next morning, she made a serious decision. She would prepare properly. She would treat IELTS like a job. Maria created a study plan. Every weekday evening, she studied for 2 hours. On Saturdays, she practiced for 4 hours. She divided her time between reading, writing, listening, and speaking. She also kept a notebook for new vocabulary and useful phrases. The reading section was her first challenge. At the beginning, she tried to read every word carefully. This took too long. Then she learned about skimming and scanning. She practiced reading quickly to understand the main idea, and then searching for specific information. Slowly, her speed improved. She stopped panicking when she saw long texts. Writing was more difficult. In Task 1, she had to describe graphs and charts clearly. In Task 2, she had to write essays and give her opinion. Her first essays were messy and unclear. Her teacher wrote comments such as unclear argument and check your grammar. Maria felt disappointed, but she did not give up. She studied model essays and learned how to write clear introductions and conclusions. She practiced linking words like however, in addition, and on the other hand. After many weeks, her essays became more organized and confident. Listening practice was tiring. The recordings were played only once. At first, she missed the important details because her mind wandered. So she trained herself to focus completely. She listened to podcasts and news reports every day. She practiced writing answers quickly while listening. Gradually, she learned to predict what kind of information was coming next. The speaking test worried her the most. Maria was shy and she was afraid of making mistakes. To improve, she joined an online speaking group. Every Sunday, she spoke with other students who were also preparing for IELTS. At first, her voice shook. Sometimes she forgot simple words, but week by week she became more relaxed. She learned to extend her answers and explain her ideas clearly. She realized that the examiner was not looking for perfection, but for communication. 3 months passed. Maria took a full practice test under real exam conditions. When she checked her results, she was surprised. Her overall band score was 7. It was exactly the score she needed. On the day of the real test, Maria felt nervous but ready. She arrived early at the test center. During the reading and listening sections, she stayed calm and managed her time carefully. In the writing test, she followed her structure step by step. In the speaking test, she smiled at the examiner and spoke clearly, even when she was unsure about a word. 2 weeks later, she received an email with her results. Her hands were shaking as she opened it. Overall band score 7.5. Maria closed her laptop and sat quietly for a moment. She thought about the long evenings of study, The corrected essays, the repeated listening exercises, and the nervous speaking practice, all the hard work had been worth it. She whispered to herself, "IELTS, here I come." Soon after, she sent her application to the university. This time it was not just a dream, it was a real step towards her future. Vocabulary notes. Overwhelmed, meaning feeling that something is too much to deal with, feeling stressed because of too many tasks or emotions. Example, for one evening, Maria felt overwhelmed. Similar words, stressed, overloaded, anxious, under pressure. Extra example, after looking at the long list of homework, he felt overwhelmed and did not know where to begin. Skimming, meaning reading a text quickly to understand the main idea without reading every word. Example, then she learned about skimming in scanning. Similar words, glancing through, browsing, looking over quickly. Extra example, before reading the article carefully, she spent 2 minutes skimming it to get a general idea. Organized, meaning arranged clearly and logically, structured in a neat and effective way. Example, after many weeks, her essays became more organized and confident. Similar words, structured, orderly, systematic, well planned. Extra example, his presentation was well organized with a clear introduction, main points, and conclusion. Predict, meaning to guess what will happen next based on information or experience. Example, gradually she learned to predict what kind of information was coming next. Similar words, forecast, anticipate, expect, foresee. Extra example, experienced drivers can often predict dangerous situations before they happen. Story written by Steve UK and ChatGPT. Image created by ChatGPT. To read all the story's content in full, please go to www.steveuk.blog. Thank you. CC Music, drifting at 432 Hz, Unicorn Heads.